What's up, GS Tribe? Bringing you guys another little late, a little past due BT16 tournament event. We just had a organized play events, which is a Europe event, Ultimate Cup, and it's BT16. So Numon should have dominated, but it didn't. Meta saved, maybe. I don't know. I'm a little tired. I'm a little exhausted, exasperated. I'm a little impatient. Yeah, I guess. Anyway, Numon. Numon did not win this event, funny enough, an Imperial one. And Numon seeing much less of the pie chart than we normally are used to seeing. We're normally used to seeing like 8 Numons tops. So it's kind of cool to see that not happen. Oh man, let's just go into it. It was a 7-round event, I believe. It's a 7-round event, I believe 118 people. Thank you, Agito Swiftly and Kent Elixir. I believe you guys commentated the event, and also you guys have your own coverage on the channels and on your own respective channels, so go check them out. I'll try to leave links in the description below, but I'm human and I am tired. But yeah, so a couple interesting decks actually did well. We see another Machine Jmon was able to clinch a top, and then on top of that we see a GX or a Jmon top, which I know there's a lot of Jmon stands, and the list ends up being kind of interesting. So and Bird Up did well too. Let's just go into the Jmon list. Marco's Jmon list. We got 15th place Jmon. It's Jmon, but it's Jmon in like slightly weird. Like, so you might like ask yourself right off the bat, it's like, oh, we're only playing as our Jmon, we're only playing the X antibody Jmon, and that like off the gate's just like, whoa, you're not playing a normal Jmon, so you can digivolve into Jmon X antibody. And realistically, you don't need a normal. This is kind of the only Jmon you need, realistically, funny enough. It already digivolves for 3. It would have digivolved for 0 on a Jmon, but it already has piercing. So off of the level 5 choices we made, you're already getting to do, and it doesn't have like a if on top of a Jmon, and then like like, you know how most X antibodies have like if on top of the specific guy, get an extra bonus. The Jmon just cares about having a sister instead of X antibody under. So it kind of gets the cheat being like, it's kind of just like, it's like a Jmon without X antibody. Like it's really weird, but it ends up being the best level 6 for the deck, especially going forward. We see Genkumon X for a bunch of protection, as well as an alternate level 6. As well as an alternate level 6 that we can go into. It does digivolve on red, it does digivolve on our savior Huckmons, and then Jmon GX. We're running 3 copies because it's kind of, the deck just kind of ends up being Jmon Turbo. We are playing the oldie but a goodie BT4 Sakutomon. Basically, when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon is a level 7, gain a memory. And oftentimes this is Jmon GX Turbo, right? You are going into 7, and then you are trying to win the next game next turn. So like any potential draw that you were looking to get out of a Digibubble, you don't really need. If that one card is what you were missing, you were probably losing anyway. So making your turns with your GX Turbo, just that one memory more efficient, is probably more than enough to shut your opponent out of the game. And then the other interesting, so like the two like key interesting parts of the deck is like we're playing one Sistermon Blanc or Awaken, one Sistermon Blanc Awaken, and we're playing it. You know, you get to digivolve onto one of the Sistermons and digivolve or recover one if you digivolved on a Blanc. Or no, wait. No, this is on play, you get to put it under, but it does digivolve. It just doesn't have a when digivolving effect, so that's interesting. It has a weird like recovery. I forgot that this is how this card works. It's been a minute. It's been BT7. Sheesh. On deletion, return one Jmon, Huckmon, or Sistermon in its name other than Awaken from your trash to your hand. So it's a little bit of recycling. It's only a 1-of in the deck, so like it's just like probably more often times than not, it's just that one little bit of healing that you're looking for. And yeah, and then we're not running Decoy at all, right? Oh no, we are running the decoy, we're running blocker, we're running reboot, we're running the 2k DP. The deck just has a lot, and if it sees its stuff, it's able to do really well, especially in a format where like Numon wasn't that represented. You can easily swing over a Magnamon X. So yeah, 15th place, Jmon. Jmon is maybe it's looking up in the world for Jmon. Congrats on 15th, Marco. Or no, oh my god, I'm so sorry. This is Tom Zahn. Tom Zahn? Zane? Is it Zane? Z-H-A-N. Zahn. I don't know, whatever. And we only got one yellow vaccine going into this. This is Draco. That's the only part of your name we have on the website. So Draco, yellow vaccine. We're seeing the Niaromon, the Tokomon. We're seeing 4/4 Rapidmon. 1 gold Vidramon is pretty stable, pretty common at this point. Filling out, we're actually playing the starter deck Patamon instead of the Kudamon is very interesting. I wonder why we chose to do that. Huh. That's an interesting. When opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping to 0 DP gain 1, it's only a your turn effect though. So it's a little interesting to see. Only 1 awakening of the Golden Knight, so I assume we're opting to just like go into a rapid, and if Magnamon X is the only one we find, we go Angelomon and then into Magnamon X himself. There's no way to the only 1 awakening is interesting. 3 Messenger of Hope, because being able to promote Patamon and get like 10 memory of value out of just promoting your Digimon is still going to be the most insane thing going forward. I am still kind of in the camp that maybe that is probably... I'm more scared of Patamon than I am Uko. That might be a hot take of the day, but we're also impatient and exhausted Risu today, so we're just throwing takes at the wall, and hopefully people get mad enough to comment. Heaven's Judgment, great removal. Actually incorporating Shu Yulin, which is actually something we see more commonly in Vmon, or in the Vmon, Magnamon, Blue, X antibody version of everything. So seeing Shu in this deck is really interesting, especially since it goes under Rapid X antibody just as easily. Gives it blocker or alliance if you're going wide, and then if you're blocker on the Rapidmon, Rapidmon X, you can keep your stack standing, and then when you block, like suddenly your blocks are that much better. That's so interesting. I wonder how important this Shu Yulin was. Like, is it really better than just 1 more TK? I would love to know. I would love the insight on that. Anyway. Draco, congrats on 14th. And then Machine Dramon. This Machine Dramon is probably the last of like, oh my god, I can't believe it topped decks. Off the back of the Machine Dramon from the last event I believe we covered, we're seeing a full suite of the purple base Demi Meramon on deletion by trashing 1 level 5 or higher, draw 2 cards, which level 5 or higher is Machine Dramon. Playing a full suite of 8 Ukomons, incorporating the Mercurymon and the Raremon, just so you have more ways. And you're playing Black Tamers, so the hybrid swing is probably relevant, or like just like that emergency blocker probably is pretty good as well. And then on top of that, just Raremon himself. Still a good card for 4 on play. Trash 1 card, draw 2 cards. You get more than what you needed out of it. And then if you play it and it survives, you suddenly have a Digivolving target for some of your level 5s potentially, and that can't be bad. There's no way that's bad, right? Off of the back of that, I always find it interesting what level 5s are playing 2 of in Machine Dramon. It says a lot about the playstyle of the player. We're playing 2 Mega Dramon, which to me is probably one of the most busted level 5s for Machine Dramon to come out in a minute. 2 of the Metal Greymon secret rares from BT1, and I think that's solely off of the idea of plus 3k DP. I need to be bigger than... Off the back of both, if you have both Metal Greymons, you just are bigger than Magnamon X, and that's something most people are worried about. And then on top of that, we're playing 2 of the Mega Dramons that delete Tamers, or 3-cost Tamers, or 3-cost Digimon, which Numon, almost all of them other than Platinum are 3-cost. So off the back of being, Mega Dramon, you attack, Digivolve a Monze back into a Numon, and then you can Metal Mamimon, or you can Mega Dramon. It gets gross real quick. The Rapidmon's interesting just for the sake of having double of this Metal Tyrannomon effect. You never, and then on play when Digivolve or de-Digivolve ones probably has a lot of its own value as well. Also this, the Cyber Dramon is also really interesting. All turns when you have a suspended Tamer in play, this Digimon gets 2k. Very interesting. I mean, like, you can have so much DP on both turns or your opponent's turn as long as you can find a way to suspend. And then the last bit is like, yeah, you're playing the starter deck Tie Tamer, which is a memory setter, plus when a target is switched, you draw a card, gain 2k. There's a lot of emphasis here on trying to get DP so we can answer our big Magnamon stacks, or like just be a big blocker. So once you get a certain Machine Dramon stack, there might be nothing that Magnamon X can do to you, and you just kind of win because you just stalemate the board until you are big enough and wide enough to just do some gross Machine Dramon stuff. But yeah. Playing a 5th Digibubble, Corumon's good. It's probably going forward going to be one of a staple. Like, if there's a foil version of this guy, pick him up. You definitely want them. And then we got a suite of Lugamons. We got 3 Lugamons topping. Sorry, Machine Dramon. That was Viet Duc Fan. Viet Duc Fan. You guys are killing me with the names, man. Sometimes I miss my old way of doing it where I didn't have to say the names. But 12th place, Machine Dramon, grats. I need to get better at saying the names. Going forward, this is 9th place. This is Lone. Your last name is Lone. Lugamon, great deck. I still love the deck. We're actually on 4 BT16 Ukomons, and then we're playing the Dino Bean off the back of that. No Sethmon, notably, actually putting in the Black Gatomons over Sethmon, and on top of that, maxing out on all the red stuff. Or not maxing out on all the red line, but just the Soul Lugamon at 3 instead of 4. Playing the OG Soul Lugamon because it's still a good card and the memory gain is still beyond useful. We're seeing a transition back to purple memory boost over mist, just because we want to just find a specific piece. The red, off of the back of Tyrannomons and Lugarmon, or the red line itself, we have a lot of ways to inherently get our trash set up now that we don't necessarily need the RNG factor that mist memory boost provides. However, it does run the risk of bottom decking our AGs, and if we don't see the AGs, then we are struggling. But yeah, Dino B with the Ukos makes sense. I'm personally back on Chimeramon, and we're going to see that going forward. So Lone, 9th place, Lugamon, nice. And then going off of that, we got 8th place Emmanuel playing Lugamon and kind of doing what I've been doing a little bit. Maybe I should make my own deck profile for Lugamon, but like, it's interesting to see it. Once again, we're seeing this 3-2 split on the Soul Lugamons with a favoritism towards the red line. We're playing no Ukomons, and we're playing we're going back to that like 10 rookie count with Lugamon, just playing a Gazimon. And I imagine the Gazimon is just, it's an include so we can counter just the world we're living in with, you know, Patamon gaining so much memory and value. The Imperial also gaining way too much memory oftentimes with some of their stuff and effects. And then Dorugamon, the level 4 SOC card from BT16, is an interesting card. I do like the on-play draw one, trash one, or trash one, then draw one. And then the taunt factor that it could bring is still pretty interesting to me. Back on the Chimeramon, personally, I'm also back on Chimeramon. I just prefer it, but we're noticing like no Fangmon, no Gatomon are interesting callouts. This is something I'm really interested in to see what the matchups ended up being. And then if you're and then Protoform it's just a card we see time and time again come up in Lugamon. It's just a playable card in Lugamon. I don't have like strong feelings one way or the other about it. It's a good card, and we see it. It's runnable. It works with every evolution that possible other than the Tyrannomon. So why not, right? Again, this is Manuel's, and then this is, I'm gonna say, TN. TN's 7th place Lugon list. We're back. We see the return of Ukomon. We see Black Gato for Rush. We're back on Dino B. Again, we're seeing the transition to Purple Memory Boost over Miss. All the decks have been running Crimson Blaze. It's just a solid, just 1 of card, 2 of card to counter Numon. Really important. Full on Analog Youth 4 and 4 here. None of the Dorogoromon. I like playing one Dorogoromon in the list now. I've been a big fan of playing one Dorogoromon in the list now, like unironically. Giving up entirely on the BT14 Soul Lugomon, and we're just fully on the BT16 with no backup. So that in itself is also very interesting, I would like to say, but here we are. And then playing more favoritism towards the purple level 4, slightly less on the red level 4 is also very interesting. But yeah, this is oh my god, TN's 7th place Lugomon list. Next, Bird. Oh, this is the last deck probably, or the last like exciting deck. Bird did well once again, and notably this Bird list is only running 3 Soras. Do I have the numbers right? Yeah, 3. Only 3 Soras in this list is kind of crazy. Maybe I uploaded something wrong. It must be. I can't feel like I got it wrong here. Can I double like? Yeah, let's double check. Bird up. Yeah, only 3 Soras. I double checked my source. 3 Soras. Like this deck has traditionally felt like a tamer heavy deck, and to just see none of it. So weird, but so cool. It's nice to see, like, we're seeing some interesting cards come up, like this Birdramon from EX1. When attacking, this Digimon attacks a player deleted 3k or less, which is interesting in its own right because we are playing Valkyriemon Ace. When a card is removed from a security stack, I guess it doesn't come up, right? So you can, the 3k is relevant because Numon, there we go, caught up. Then we're playing this Garudamon from BT11. That's something we didn't see in the previous Garudamon list. On deletion, that is just play a tamer and it's got an inherent blocker. That Valkyrie Ace is actually something that I find very interesting, mostly because the Phoenixmon deck is able to, as long as they've done a couple of security checks, they are able to on deletion play level 5s. So there are scenarios where, I don't know, Fenrir Lugomon, when attacking, delete your stack. All right, you deleted my stack, thank you very much. I'm gonna level 5 and then I'm gonna immediately ace. Get outskilled, man. Just get outskilled. I don't know what to say. But we're on both X Antibody and X Protoform. So that's just another interesting call out card. I think the previous list wasn't running these, so it's kind of interesting to see it here, especially since our only protoform target is the Phoenix and the Garuda. Phoenix digivolving for 2 is kind of annoying, but it does blitz, so it kind of solves its own problem sometimes. And then it digivolves for 5, so the protoform would make it for 4 if you're on a level 5. So I can see it. I guess the protoform is kind of neat for the fact that, like, it helps facilitate the fact that Phoenixmon X Antibody does have blitz, so I guess I can't knock it too much. And then yeah, just we're playing literally like 8 of every level or something crazy. Yeah, we're playing or 9 copies of 3, 4, 5, 6s. It's actually kind of funny when you look at this 9. That's funny. Did I say the name? I don't think I said the name. This is Gil's 6th place Birdramon. So congrats on that. If you were in 6th place, if you were in NA, I believe you got an Omni. No, this is Ultimate Cup, so you didn't get an Omni. I'm sorry, but you still got 6. All right, Vmon armor. How many of these did we get again? We got 2 of the Vmon armors, and we're actually playing Jmon GX is the biggest card I'm seeing standing out to me here. Playing the Shu Yulin, 4 Davis, still a good card. 2 Death Xmon, I should say. 2 Blinding Rays. Blinding Ray actually being an inclusion here is very interesting. And then on top of that, Heaven's Judgment also feels like an interesting include. It's not something we see too much, just because you do need to be already on one of your Magnamons. So if you go all the way up to GX, you probably lose access to Heaven's Judgment. But security bombs are good security bombs, and we're running it at 2, so it works. Who is this again? Sorry, this is 13th place. Oh, we didn't get the name. Oh, did we? I did get the name. Oh no, I know. We're fact checking. I'm sorry. Where is it? We're fact checking. I'll update the site when I can. Dang it! I missed it. Oh man, here we go. This is Dominic Brands, 13th place, Magnamon X. So yeah, Dominic, I'll try to fix the site to have your name up there. Sorry we missed it. Yeah, it's a good list. There's nothing to say. I mean, again, I'm rushing a little bit, but we're still trying to give everybody their time. This one is Benedict. Benedict's 5th place Magnamon list. We got Zubagon Punch. We got 2 Heaven's Judgments. We got 2 Awakening of the Golden Knights. We got 1 Shu Lin. Actually making room for the BT3 Davis best green tamer in the game. Did the previous list run Zudo? Yeah, we're both running Zudo. This one is running 2 Zudos, and then nothing too standoutish. Oh, Full Metal Blaze as a 3rd security bomb is kind of fun, kind of neat, and interesting. Final Zubagon Punch for the extra power. Yeah, 3 memory boosts. It's just, I think Magnamon X is a list that's pretty much settled. If you want to top with Magnamon X, this is about what you want to be running, about what you want to be seeing. We're not seeing a lot of variants. There's just small minor tweaks between which Magnamon you like more. There's always the one that we play at 3 and then the rest at 4. It's usually between these 2 yellow ones. The starter deck black blue one is just beloved by all at this point, I think. But yeah, even the rookie lineup's slightly the same. So yeah, that's Magnamon X. Grats on, oh my goodness, grats on 5th place, Benedict. And Mirage, we got a couple Mirage, we got 2 whole Mirages that we're able to top. There's nothing too special except the fact, again, Full Metal Blaze. Again, Full Metal Blaze probably coming out as a key star against Numon, as we're worried about Numon. Full Metal Blaze is really good to deal with it. It's just the only problem I see with Full Metal Blaze is just Numon likes to sit on level 5s, and as you can imagine, Full Metal Blaze kind of has that like blind spot of dealing with level 5. So if you're sitting like that, you might struggle, and like you can't, like, even if you achieve the secondary effect of bottom deck any level 6 or higher, you still can't hit any level 5. So you're kind of hoping like to bounce level 5s off the back of your Mirage Gal, which is what it is. But yeah, no, this was, sorry, I didn't get the name again. This is Roberts. This is Roberts' 10th place Mirage list. I think we have an issue with the Digibubbles. I think the list was just like documented wrong, where I imagine they weren't just on 1 Digibubble, so I imagine they probably put like 1 or 2 Wynamons to back up this Bukomon. There's just I just don't see a world where they probably, I just don't see a world where they only played 1 Digibubble. That sounds crazy. But going into the next Mirage list, slightly more varied in terms of the cards we're playing. Look at, oh no, I just didn't zoom out right. Let's zoom out to one time's enough. All right, more traditional Demi V, 1 Bukomon, 3 Jamming Betamon. We're playing the Jamming Galmon. Everyone is in love with this Jamming Galmon. Actually, the return of the BT16 Mirage. Taming or bouncing is just good, especially if you want to. Everyone's trying to find ways to fit in Digimon Emperor, or like just have tamers now. There's Shugu. Everyone's running like that key tamer that's helping them achieve something, and so I can see why BT13 Mirage Gao is just being considered. You know, no security bombs, but we are running Ice Wall, Hammer Spark, maxing out on searching engines, which is hilarious. But yeah, just it's still Mirage. Not much has changed going from 15 to 16, right? It's just a lot of the same, just more focus on the cannot be redirected guy. So, oh, did I say the name? This is Theodore, 3rd place actually for this list. 3rd place Theodoros Mirage. Numon! Time to talk about 4 Numemons in a row. Can I keep my sanity? Is Numemon a problem? Probably. Is it because 8 Ukomon is probably too good? Probably. I would rather see different hits to Numemon. If we are going to hit Numemon, I'd rather see different hits. Particularly, I would like to see the Garimon either get hit or the Monzemon, the RB1 Monzemon. I think those 2 cards are like the sleeper way to like just like snipe the deck just right. Edamon, there is conversation that Edamon Valkyriemon combo going forward might be too strong. I think it's too soon to say, but it is kind of strong. There's plenty of decks that don't play in the front, so like the Edamon, there's ways to play around the Edamon, so I'm not like too like on the train of like we need to start looking at this combo here, or just Edamon in particular, because Edamon just makes any ace card kind of too good. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see going forward. Not right now. It's too soon for me to be like, it's a problem. Playing lose, playing 2 protoforms. It's all standard fare at this point. Playing one of the Claw Garamon. I always like making fun of that one. Not fun, but like, 3. No, we're not playing any Satsuki. Wow. Just focusing on Digimon Emperor and lose. Just no Satsukis. Interesting. Why play? Oh, for the blocker inheritable. That's why we would play this Numon. Interesting. Yes, job. That's fun. This is Marco's 16th place for Numon. Going into which one? Oh my God. 11th place. This is Lewis. Lewis's 11th place Numemon. 2 Edamon, 3 Valk. Just a lot of the same. Playing 1 Rapidmon X, I take it back. You do have a little bit of variance here. That's kind of sick. No Claw Garamon, but a lot of the same. 2 Trident Arm also stands out as kind of cool. That's kind of hype. And then more focus on Floodgates. I think only 1 Chikurimon was on the last one. But the more we go into this format, the more you want to be playing Chikurimon. You don't want your board to get answered by Death X. Like, that is how you lose the game. So Chikurimon is kind of nuts with it. And then Trident Arm it too. That's interesting. And then forces your opponent to attack. So you still get it's just another way to get like this Valkyriemon Ace to kind of pop off and do its thing. That's kind of cool. I like that. But yeah, yeah, no, that's it. That's 11th place, Lewis, going into actually finally having a Satsuki 3-2-3 split on the Satsukis, 2 Venusmon, 2 oh my God, the names. This is 4th place, Gary's. Oh, I'm sorry. This is such a terrible video. I'm sorry. I should maybe not do these when I have this energy level. But Venusmon, Valkyriemon Ace, Edamon, just more of the same. A lot less focus on having the floodgates. Instead of having 3-3, we're just only having 3 and filling out more with a little bit more Numemons. I think that's probably where these Satsuki numbers come from. Just interesting to see the reduction of floodgates in favor of just having Rush or having, you know, a more diverse top end. It's interesting for sure. And then our last Numemon, Mario's Numemon. 3 Chumon, 1 Chikuri, 4-2 split on the SOC, or no, Digipolice, Numemon, Satsuki, 1 Death X, 1 Ruin Mode, 1 Venus, 3 Valk. Like, it's just the deck. I feel like the deck is just solved. So forgive me if I'm not talking crazy about the deck, but either way, congrats Mario on your 2nd place Numemon list. I'm sure it was a grind. But yeah, is Numemon a problem? Maybe, probably. Is it 8 Ukomon? Maybe we need to do something about hitting the promo Ukomon. That way we're just like decks aren't running 8 Numemon. I think is just a problem. And then maybe my take will be Monzemon or Garymon. If we hit one of these, we probably see a huge power reduction, whereas people are really focused on the Numemon X or the Monzemon X. I just don't feel like these two are like that like snipe that will allow the deck to survive but reduce a lot of its overwhelmingness. 1st place, Imperialmon, and holy, okay, so this is Yosef's Imperialist, and man, is it a unique list from what most people, I believe, are playing. I would love Joseph, if you see this, please leave a comment on your Imperial like thoughts and theory crafting or whatever, because holy moly, are you just going, I don't want to say going against most Imperial theory right now, but like only one of the BT16 Dragon mode feels crazy. No backup fighter mode. A lot of people have adopted the BT12 fighter mode to allow us to kind of use the BT16 Dragon mode to do some shenanigans, and then the starter deck Dragon mode makes a return, which is crazy. It's not that crazy, actually. I'm sorry. A lot of people's first takes are like, but partition, you're breaking your partition. But it's like, you have the starter deck Dron here. So if you're ever on this guy, Dragon mode goes so crazy. And then if you can find a way to go Dragon mode and then DNA, particularly the BT12 Stingmon and Xvmon, you're just looping so much memory. Oh my goodness, if you pull that off, you're looping so much memory. And then Dron, you go into another Dron, attack 2 more times, maybe end on a Dragon mode. There is so much like potential like ceiling when you're playing this starter deck Dragon mode that I love it. And then you're playing Omnimon Blitz for game is going to be a classic. It's probably going to stay in the game and red blue decks forever. I just don't see it going away. There's always a reason to play Blitz Omni in a blue red deck. And then we're seeing a higher focus on Wormmon, which is really cool. Like just this like purple one that's able to recycle your trash a little bit is really interesting. The only problem obviously being that it digivolves for 1 on this Demi V, so you probably have some awkward starting turns, I imagine, sometimes if this is your only rookie. But if this is your only rookie, you probably have other issues. And then the Togemogumon, just like this armor helps explain the Wormmons, because he digivolves on 2 on Wormmon and then digivolves for 3 on Vmon. So it's kind of like the reverse of what Raydramon or Lydramon was doing way back when. And it's a really good card to just be able to, if you can sit on this Togemogumon, it's not bad. And you could end your turn. You could end your turn with Dragon mode, pull out this Togemogumon, and suddenly like you have this all turns effect that's just really good and really like pressures your opponent, because like if they care about their sources in that way, like a Numon cares about their sources, that's kind of spicy, like, right? Just like snipe the bottom source of a Numon X, suddenly it doesn't have its replacement effect. Or if they attack with a Monzemon and you snipe the +1 security, or you snipe the Numon X for its replacement effect, it's kind of sick. It kind of goes hard. Like that's kind of good. So it's really good anti-Numon tech, and I'm here for it. And then I'm sure like someone's I'll talk about it. Blue card. Joseph, please just come out in the comments and tell me why we're playing blue card. I like it. I mean, it's a cool, like for 3 you draw a card. I get it. The security effect's kind of cool. Being able to play a free Davis Ken out of your hand, that goes kind of hard. I'm not going to disagree with you. I guess you're just hoping for the high roll of like reveal top 5, digivolve into one of them without paying its memory cost. So like you could just digivolve into this Dragon mode and suddenly you're looping memory. I get it. Seems kind of high rolly though, but you do only have it at 1, so maybe that's what you're going for. It's like, hey, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it's a draw, and sometimes it plays Tamers out of security. So I'm here for it. I just want the explanation so other people know. You know what I mean? Like, that's just one of those cool things that you've done that is worth talking about, you know? And then yeah, 2 invincible Dragon Insect Fusion, Davis Ken, Davis Monomiya. After that, I think I already talked about the spicy stuff, so yeah, that's it. That's the top 16 OPE Organized Play Events June Ultimate Cup top 16. Sorry if I was a little down. I'm not down. I'm just low energy right now. Just life, man. You know, you guys know how it is. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time, man. Have a good one.